Hey everybody, what is crack-a-lackin'? What is crack-a-lackin'? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 in the chat, and while we get going here, please share and like. And yeah, anyway, guys, this coronal hole is right facing us now, and we're looking at an impact at Earth here tomorrow. It should be a fairly decent hit. So, and plus we got other stuff going on with these flares, sunspots. You can see this right here, this big J right here. That's the coronal hole. So we'll go over that here in just a little while. But check this out right here. This right here is a sunspot that just showed up out of nowhere, and it's flaring already, like big flares. So we're going to take a look at that more in depth right here. You can tell this is the flares. This is X-ray flux, and we'll go more into that. They are forecasting a low-level geomagnetic storm here. I look for this to continue on to the next couple days because I think we're going to get some fairly decent flares out of this sunspot right here. Look how that thing just blew up right there. I mean, it wasn't even there yesterday, just so you guys know. And again, we'll go more into that here in just a second. Here is the radio blackout graph that we look at, the model. This is the D region absorption, and you can see, boom, right there. Radio blackouts right there. It was over the ocean, but these crab fishers and stuff up here probably didn't like that none, because they really do use that communication up there a lot, shortwave radio and stuff. We'll go deeper into that. This is the geoelectric field. This is geomagnetic. This is what we look at to see our effects on our electrical grid, thus increase in earthquake activity. Solar wind chart, not even going to go into that right now. This is our magnetosphere. We are getting hit a little bit. Dr. Tony Phillips is talking about some stuff over here too with that. And yeah, so let me run my intro here, and we will get back to it, guys. Okay, see you in about 10 seconds. All right, guys, per normal, I'm just going to kind of jump into this. Any of my moderators in there, they know what they're doing. I love my moderators. Thank you so much for modding for me. Sig, it's good to see you, bud. Man, I miss talking to you more often, man. I wish we could talk a little bit more, you know. But anyway, this is that sunspot, guys. And this has some really weird polarity to it, okay? And we'll go more deeper into that here in a minute. But you can see the polarity on it is the red and the blue. And again, we'll go more into that here in just a minute. But I do want to show you guys this radio blackout, because that's actually happening right now. Right about there. It does seem to be calming down right now. But what I want to show you is how active this sunspot really has gotten, just like over a period of hours. Look at this. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3 M-class flares in less than 12 hours from a sunspot that wasn't even there yesterday. That's something to behold, if I have to say so myself. But yeah. So, hey, J Poss, good to see you. All right, so let me get into this a little bit more here. And this NOAA CME model has not updated to the most current, but it is close. But you can see how they're this is why they're saying the geomagnetic storm. I'm not sure that's it does look like the solar wind stream from that, because that's really when that should be hitting us. But you could tell that there was some more CMEs over here too, firing off not our direction. But it does look like that, because this is Earth and this is the sun. It does look like that's what NOAA's thinking right here. And they're saying low level, but it's going to greatly depend upon this, the BT. Look right here. The BT just took a dive while I was getting set up for this. So we're looking at -6 already on the BZ. -6 is what we look for. That's the magnetic orientation of our magnetic field. And when it's in that negative position, stuff just, man, it just really does just pow, 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 pow. When we get hit, it really draws it in. You can also see that here on our density, we're going up on density, and our solar wind speed is increasing. although it be very, very low right now. Check this out. Look, we're at 276 kilometers. Guys, normal is between 300 and 500. So we're actually a little bit below normal on the wind speed. Now, when the density goes up, the speed oftentimes will go down. It's just like anything else, guys. There's more of it, right? So it can't move as fast, just like anywhere else, right? So yeah. Now, let's go back over here. I do want to show you what this is actually doing. Now, this is a 2-day run of this model. This is SDO. It's the one that's in low Earth orbit, and it looks at the sun always. Okay, and it does get an eclipse every 6 months. I think there's an eclipse season. The satellite is in a position where the Earth passes between it and the sun. And I went over that in great depth before. We're not going to do that today because people get bored with that. But as you can see, let me just take this up. Can I go up a little bit more? There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it right there. That way I can control it more and show you more what I'm talking about. Look what happens here. This is the other sunspot. Okay, this is back on the 20th. Watch. Wham. See that? And this is the 211. This is the one that really shows us the coronal holes really well. But here's that sunspot that just showed up out of nowhere. Watch, if I take it back, look. Nothing's hardly even there. Look at that. It's not even there. And then all of a sudden, here we go. And you can see it start flaring about right there. Okay, and the 131 angstrom of light that we look at, what we're looking at here, we can see the flaring a lot better. Okay, and again, I'm just going to pause it. We're going to grab it here, and why is that not letting me pause it? Okay, there it goes. All right. So anyway, if I take it to about right now when it started showing up, now watch this thing just continually flare. Right that's a decent size one. Whenever you see it flood the camera with light like that, that's usually close to an M-class flare typically at the lowest level of it. Now you see it flaring there, flaring there, flaring there. It's flaring everywhere. Now that was probably the biggest one right there so far. Right there. Okay. So, and that one right there was probably this one right here. Okay, we can check the time. I'm sure it's probably correct. Yeah, it is. So anyway, check that out. I mean, that's a lot of flaring. And so how do we check what can this do to us, right? Well, it can fire CMEs also. So if any plasma is being discharged, we'll take a look at that here in a second. And I'm not so sure that that's updated enough, so close enough to current yet to really see anything. No, it's not. If there was anything, it's not showing up yet. Let's see what this one's showing. Okay, that was later in the day on the 20th, so that's just a few hours ago, about 8 hours ago. Now that's the one that was showing off there. So, hey, Riss, member for 6 months, baby. Heck yeah, thank you. Thank you for being a member for so long. I appreciate you. I mean, no kidding. Truly do. Anybody that's interested in becoming that and becoming a member, please do so. It's a good way to support the channel. You know, it's, I think, what is it? I can't remember how much it is. I think it's $4, $3.99 a month, something like that. I can't remember what I set it at. I set it pretty low, though. But, yeah, if you want to, I'm going to be doing a members only sometime this week. If I do it this week, it may not be as long, but if I wait till the weekend, I'll be able to give us a longer one. We laugh over there. We're just a family. So, anyway, as you can see here, but thank you for being a member for so long. And anybody else that is, thank you. Anybody gifting memberships, I so much appreciate that. It really does make a big difference in my household. My wife tells me to tell you guys thanks all the time. So, thank you for my wife. She loves you guys too. All right, here we go. Now, this is the D region. This is what we look at for radio blackouts. And you can see when the flares hit, right? So that did hit over water, you know, and sometimes people think that's great. Well, a lot of fishermen and stuff, a lot of boats out there, airplanes, all that stuff is affected by this, okay? There's nothing catastrophic with that, but you will get, the closer you get to the poles, you'll definitely get more and more activity. And it can really mess with people in planes, boats, emergency equipment, emergency services, or usually use ham operator, those kinds of things. So yeah. Anyway. Hey John, good to see you, bud. Alright, now this is the geoelectric, and we're working with Canada on this one, which is awesome. And what this is space weather's effect on our grid system. And this isn't geomagnetic like I usually talk about. This is geoelectric. So this goes right into our planet. Okay, so energy in means energy out. That's why this is important. Okay, what this does is, I'm going to hit play here, and you're going to see, you know, this increases our chances for earthquakes. It's as simple as that. Go check out Ron over at Emergency Management Associates also for that. He does great work over there. Okay, but yeah, you can see that it's coming down, you know. And again, you can definitely see that the activity is always more intense closer to the poles. So Canada is always going to get more of it than what we are down here. So yeah. All right. So let me pause that. All right. Now solar wind. Again, look, when it's in -6, that's what we got to really pay attention to. Okay. Let me take you back over here. Now this is SDO again, and this is the 304. And the 304 is, again, it's ionized helium. This is where we'll see the actual CMEs. This be the dark shadows and stuff. You can see that the sun's really active right now. We got some big sunspots over here getting ready to pop through. Okay, but you can also see what we call a canyon of fire open up here around this new sunspot. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. I don't know if it'll let me zoom in anymore. Okay, it does. All right, that's cool. That'll work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's pause that. And then I'll go here. Hopefully it'll let me, nope, it ain't going to let me do it. All right, I didn't think it would, but we're going to give it the old college try anyway. So I have to back out of that a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. It just won't be, we just won't be as far in as what I would have liked to have, but it is what it is. So anyway, this is live. This isn't like a recorded video. So anyway, you see, what I want you to pay attention to is right here. You're going to see it kind of light up and even open up. Hey, Seventh, good to see you. How does a cow do math? With a calculator. Guys, come back and leave me a comment. I always pin his dad joke at the top of my comment section. Okay? So yeah, please come back. Seventh, I love you, brother. Good to see you here, Steve. Awesome. All right. Anyway, so watch right here. There we go. All right. Okay, you guys see that spreading right here? Those of you guys that are on phones, get in there close. I wish I could make this better for you. But watch right here. It's going to start to grow. See that? So what that's telling me is that that's got a higher chance of having CMEs. And you can even see kind of like a little pretzel thing going on here. That's a filament standing up. And it doesn't look all that impressive because we're looking right at it. Now I will say this. Look at this. Look at that big long magnetic filament. That's plasma. Magnetic plasma just laying there in the sun's corona. If anything disturbs that and it flicks out, we could get CMEs from that. It's the same thing as what you're seeing over here, except it's right in front. Now it's harder to see things right in front where we really need to see it at because it's facing us because the sun's the background. It camouflages it, which is why we look at the different angstroms. Okay? So you can tell here, guys, this one here would be easy to see it grow too. Watch this. You can see this thing just start to grow. Look at that. It's almost like a flower blooming. Look, it looks like a leaf. See that? I mean, it's impressive. Okay. I'm not too much impressed by sunspots hardly ever anymore because I've seen so many of them. Hey, Angels Wing, good to see you. Hope, good to see you. But you know, I've seen so many of them. It just sometimes it's hard to be impressed by something you've already seen, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, that's impressive. Okay, especially when it wasn't even there. Look, you're seeing the birth of an active sunspot right there. So yeah, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Also over here, check that out. Watch over here. That's an existing sunspot getting more and more active. Look at that. And it just, you know, and sometimes these things, they work together, right? They communicate with one another. They're that close. They will affect each other and how they erupt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back here, and I want you guys to look at this model, because you see this sunspot and this sunspot? This thing here is a monster. That thing is huge. Things, when you're looking at the sun like dead on, the parallactic effect comes into play here. Things are going to look smaller than what they actually are over here on the side. So if this thing keeps its size and it becomes out here, this thing's going to even be bigger. What's going on, Hilly? Good to see you. But yeah, J-Pos, California, baby. Love it. But I run that all the way to the end. You guys might not be able to see this very well, but there's another one here too. These two sunspots, it's their second time around the sun. Okay? So kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, so what can we expect, right? We're going to be expecting this to continue. We're going to be expecting what I see NOAA doing here. They're going to end up raising this chance for R3 or greater. Radio blackout storm R3. Okay, that's X flare. You have to have an X flare to have that range. They're going to increase this. I guarantee it. If they don't, I'll be highly surprised. And when this goes up, so does this percentage. It's already overachieving. I don't think they've updated this thing since this started happening. You can see right here, we were at a minor radio blackout earlier. That's why I put it in my title like that, because we were. It does seem though it has calmed down at the moment to, we're not in blackout. Whoa, check it out. Look, looks like we might be getting another flare. See, watch. See how it died down? And now it's going to pick right back up right at the end. That's current. So it's still happening. We're probably getting another flare. We won't be able to see it yet on these, because these there's some lag time there. Okay? So yeah. Anyway. Okay. So let's go over to Dr. Tony Phillips. I didn't even see this until I was already set up, but he's talking about the same sunspot. So I mean, the whole community is going to be talking about this tomorrow. I promise you. Also, they're launching the new SpaceX stuff. They're bigger, and they're supposed to be like, what do you say here, 10 times more capable than the other ones. But they actually expect these things to disintegrate in 40 minutes. It's a test. They're sending this stuff up to destroy it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works, but they probably have to. But anyway, as you can see this though, also guys, I want to show you guys this too. This is the Aurora Oval. Whenever we get space weather, we get this, Aurora. So if we start getting hit with geomagnetic storming, we're going to get some pretty good Aurora photographs. So yeah. Where was I at here? Okay. So also, there's another, a future meteor shower coming. Well, you have to be 300 years old from now. This was kind of like a fluke that this guy was actually able to catch this. I'm not going to really go too much into this because you're not really going to be able to see it, right? I mean, we're not going to be here. If you're here in 300 years, I want to know your secret. Anyway, yeah. So I guess this is one of the first arrivals on July 6th. They're just getting pieces of this. This was probably something that, like a comet or an asteroid kind of got destroyed, and it was in the orbit that it's in, and Earth won't pass through it for another 300 years. So, yeah. So it's just a new meteor shower that we're expecting in 300 years. So anyway, I just wanted to report on that. Guys, please come over here to spaceweather.com. Dr. Tony Phillips has done such a bang-up job. I say that almost every show because it's the truth. No doubt about it. I'm serious. So, what the heck did I do there? Huh? Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry about that. You plan to be here? All right. What's your secret, man? If you're going to be here, I want to be here too. Hey, Donnie, good to see you. But yeah, guys, so, I mean, if you guys got any questions, throw them in there for me. Actually, I could show you. I haven't been showing this one model for a while. This is the Australian Magneto Pulse model. It's very simple, but I love it. I've shown this to you guys before. This is our bow shock, our first line of defense. Sun's off to the left, but it shows us where the satellites are. That's important because when our bow shock gets inside of this, that means these satellites are completely exposed to whatever the sun's throwing at us. Okay? So that's what we want to pay attention to, right? So if it gets inside this, it is what it is, right? Now, I'm just going to leave it at that. But, you know, that it can really cause some problems with satellites. We're not really getting anything right now, or this thing will be bouncing around. This also gives us the BZ right there. All that information just right there. So, shout out to my Aussies out there. I love my Australians. I really do. I love everybody. Also, guys, if your guys aren't getting translated in the chat and stuff, or in the comment section, let me know. And I'll try to figure that out and get that translated for you. There's things I can do on my end, but there are things that you have to do on your end too. But most of the time, it's usually on the creator that has to allow that to be whatever. But see you, miss. Good to see you, girl. You're awesome. Guys, get over and check out her channel. Get over and check out Trinity Blue Pill, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Hi-Ho, Kermit the Frog. Everybody, guys, go check out Axe. And, oh, I wanted to also say this too. Adam Ivy. Let me just go to my channel right here. And this is Adam Ivy, guys. You guys don't know who he is. He started off doing music and stuff, but he's learned how to run a YouTube channel, right? So he's doing tutorials and stuff. He's a really cool dude. He's a really good guy. I don't know him personally, but please come over and check out his channel. It's good. If you want to learn about it, you'll see it, right? He does a really good job. He's very honest. He's having back surgery, so he's asking for prayers. So if you guys do prayers, whatever you guys do, send it his way. Back stuff sucks. I'm currently going through that stuff myself, so I understand it. So if you guys could, please go over and give him a like and a share or whatever, and check him out. He's really cool dude. So especially if you're creating content, he'll help you for sure. He's helped me. Hey Terry, good to see you, bud. I ain't seen you in a minute. 100 times, yeah, good for sure. Yeah, go over and check out Terry's channel too, guys. I'm not sure if he's doing too much content as of late, but he's very, very knowledgeable about the earthquake subject. So yeah, but please come over and check him out. You know, and definitely send him some prayers right now. You can tell him Wages World sent you, but you don't have to. I know it's just something that a YouTuber says. Okay, but yeah. So let me get back to the. Yeah, so I'll get back to this. I don't think I need to be here though. So, well, we will just go over here. All right, guys. So that's about all I got for you. If anything else happens, but notice, guys, if you guys want to be a member, I'm going to be giving some giveaways out too. So I still got some bicycle playing cards. I got some Star Wars metal models that I'm going to give away. I'll show them to you guys here in the next week or so. But I'm like I told you guys before, I'm back full time now. I'm doing this all the time now. I'm not gonna, you know, I might not be here exactly every day, but I'm gonna be here probably at least 5-6 days a week. And I think well, that's what I've been doing this week too. So If you guys could just spread the word that, hey, Wages World is back. You know, we're doing the thing over here. And I understand. I understand people that kind of hesitated because I wasn't here for a while. And that's on me. And it's nobody else's fault but my own. And so I'll just leave it at that. Let me back this up a little bit here. You know, and I don't pretend to say that any of that, you know. I don't say any of that stuff lightly, so, you know, I quit making like complete hard deadlines because it seems like every time I do that, I fail at it. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm doing that stuff on purpose, because it's not. But anyway, we will this right here, this coronal hole is going to be giving us a lot of solar wind coming. We're going to get geomagnetic storms from it by the 22nd. It will be hitting us. I do think that we're going to get more. Okay? I absolutely 1000% think we're going to get more. Also, because of the magnetic orientation of this, it's twisted 45 degrees. What does that mean? I forgot to show you guys this. Okay, you see where the plus and minuses are? Typically, they're directly horizontal, but the sunspot's like this. What that does is when these reds and blues start mixing with each other, that's when it flares. They connect. It's a reconnection event. So that's when we're at most likelihood of an eruption. So yeah. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be here checking this out, and again, thanks to Dr. Tony Phillips for all the work he does over here. Again, please go show him some love. It really wouldn't, you know, just go look at his page. You know, I think he's got advertisements running here on the sides. That's probably how he makes his living, guys. So, yeah, just support all around. Give Adam Ivy some prayers, and guys, I'm sure I'll see you guys over at Marfugal tonight. I'm not sure if he's going live yet or not. He could be. Not really sure. Nope, he ain't live yet. So I will see you guys then. I'll leave you with this awesome, beautiful picture of our sun. And yeah, let me just zoom in for you here. Get you the best picture I can get you, okay? Right there. That's a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut. Anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves, and as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.